Hello to all our listeners across the nation and around the world. Welcome to a mini episode of On the Front Lines. Today is September 13th, 2015, and it's about 12:35 in the afternoon local time. We're on the air here from our office in Stamford, Connecticut, and we're hoping everyone out there is having a good weekend so far. I know in this area we've finally received some much needed rain, and it looks like everything has turned green again. Although some of the leaves seems to be changing, but this being September, that's expected, and we're hoping everyone out there is doing just as well. Today, we'd like to spend just a couple of moments to tell you the happenings of Sound Training Group. Things that are going to be occurring within the next week or so and the next couple of months. Currently, we're working with Private Officer International and Armor College to bring church security training to the Connecticut area and neighboring areas of New York. We believe this is critical training, necessary training, and we're in the process of coordinating this with Rick McCann, CEO and President of Private Officer International. And briefly, the course entails assessment of need, physical security evaluations, confrontation management, de-escalation, report writing, articulating facts, and many other topics. This is going to be a 2-day course up here in Connecticut, and I can assure you, having taken previous training with Rick, that this is not merely a session where the student sits behind a desk and listens. This is an interactive training course. It's over 2 days, and the students will be actively involved, not only solely, but as a team as well. And there will be activities and training scenarios during the training. And currently, we're looking for a host location to be able to bring this training. The hosting location, this is going to be a hosting free of charge, and we're just looking for a place to hold this training, sponsoring church or business. The church or business will receive up to 4 free seats, and they'll have 1 year free security training consultation with Rick McCann and the staff of Private Officer International. If your business, or if you know of a business or church that will be willing to host this free church security training, you can call Private Officer International at 704-831-8109. Again, that number is 704-831-8109, or you can email helpdesk@privateofficer.com. Helpdesk or privateofficer.com. You can also reach Sound Training Group at 203-355-3623, or you can email us at soundtraining@protectors.org. Soundtraining@protectors.org. At this point, you're probably wondering why we need to bring church security training here or anywhere across the country. And if you've been keeping up with current events, there are unfortunately many violent acts upon our churches, and as you well know, other areas, we just can't seem to get away from it. And I understand that the purpose of going to church is to worship, but being in a post 9/11 era where no place is immune from violence, it seems. We have to be prepared. And that just means any place, whether it be church or a synagogue or a school, hospital, any place you can think of, even a supermarket. You just never know where acts of violence are going to occur. And most people think and believe that schools and churches and hospitals are safe places. And generally they are. But again, they're not immune from violence. And as we can see in recent news media coverage, that's just no longer the case. And as a matter of fact, even police and fire stations these days being shot at, whether they be inside or outside. Firefighters recently being asked to put on bulletproof vests. Even EMS workers, bulletproof vests, working in pairs. Police officers now are working in pairs. We're just not immune from the violence. So this is why we think it's critical, it's very important, and we just have to have this training. It's very important to parishioners, it's very important to visitors, clergy. I will tell you, when I go to church services, I will sit to the rear of the church and to the side pews so I can get a very good visual of a good majority of the church. I can see what's in front of me, and I can see what's on the side of me, and I can see the rear door. And that's just my nature. I strongly believe in being prepared and being able to scan everything that's in front of me and behind me as well. And it's unfortunate I have to think that way, because the sole purpose of going to church is to worship. That's my main focus. However, again, with all the coverage of acts of violence that are going out there, we just have to be prepared. And whether it's on the job or personally, even in your own home, being prepared. And I just can't stress that enough, being prepared. Hospitals these days, lots of violence inside the emergency rooms and other places. Even the news media recently having their own being killed, merely reporting the news. And again, nobody's immune. It just seems like everywhere we turn, there's an act of violence. And it's random. We just don't know when it's coming, but we have to be prepared. That being said, this is the main reason why we would like to bring this training up here. We believe, again, it's very vital, it's very important, and we hope that as we get the news out there and the notices, that we're hoping someone will be able to host this and get this critical training up to Connecticut and nearby New York. And again, we strongly urge you, if not you or your business or your church, if you know of someone else that might be interested, church or business-wise, we'd love to hear from them. And again, we're providing up to 4 free seats for this training. So this concludes this mini episode of On the Front Lines. You can always reach Sound Training Group on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. You can always reach us by email, soundtraining@protectors.org. And we'd love to hear from you. And you can also listen to our other episodes, 1 and 2, that were recently put out. And we hope to engage with you, and we hope you have a great weekend. Take care and be safe.